What is up, guys? We're here with another video. Welcome back to 1550 FPS. It's a Sunday afternoon and we're just coming down here to just check some things out. We're on the Ranger right now. We're here at a property. This is actually the dove field right here that I planted the sunflowers on back in May, and coming to do a little update on it. It's not doing the best. I got caught up with some work here. So the field was planted around May 10th, and then I ended up going to the beach for a week. And after that, I had 2 weeks of work where I wasn't able to come check on the field, and I needed to spray it with a herbicide, but it wasn't possible with how I was working and vacationing and stuff. So here we are. This is the dove field. It's horrible. Today is July 16th, and we're out here. I mean, I knew it. When I came and seen it a few weeks ago after I got done with all that work, I mean, there were sunflowers, but they weren't but maybe 3 to 4 inches tall. And then once the grass finally caught up, this grass, it just choked them out. I mean, I'll show y'all. There's literally nothing. This is the field here. There were rows of sunflowers planted all the way up to the top to that power pole right there, and nothing. They should be at least about head high right now and starting to droop over. But the grass, it just came up, choked them out, and there was nothing I could do about it at that point. Planted millet last year. I can't tell if that's millet. It's really short, but kind of looks like it. Might have some millet that comes back. Here's some right here already seeding out, but that ain't but about 8 inches tall. Here's some more right here seeding out. There's some there seeding out. But I mean, we do have a good bit of dove using it. The other day, I mean, there's dove all down this line, even further down here. But the other day on the way to work, I was driving down a road that runs right there, and I seen about, I'd say 150 to 200 pigeons sitting out in that field right there, which I can't get permission to, but I can hunt this anytime. This is family owned right here. And I thought about getting on a hunt with them, but they were pretty inconsistent. They were there that Monday morning. Tuesday, there was only 3 sitting on the power lines. And then Wednesday, there wasn't none. Thursday, there wasn't none. Friday morning, the whole group was back. So if I'm gonna kill them, I'm just gonna have to pattern them. And then once I get them patterned, I mean, just hope for the best one morning on a hunt. But here in Georgia, I'm not sure about this. I have to do a little more research, but I'm pretty sure they're a non-native nuisance or something. These pigeons are coming from the Walmart. These aren't migrators or nothing. These are just local pigeons. And this field was cut, and it's starting to grow back up now. They might not be back. But I was gonna video a pigeon hunt, but they're coming from Walmart here in town and the urban area of town, and they're coming out here and feeding. So I'm sure they're here early in the mornings. They're not roosting, I haven't seen them roost. And they've just been hanging out in this field, hanging out on these lines. So now that the dove field has failed, I guess it's time to move on to something else. I think we'll still be able to kill a few dove. I mean, there's dove hanging around now, which these are just local dove. It's still, if this is really millet that's coming up, it might produce enough to where we can actually have a shoot. Here's a tall one right here. Let me go take a look at it. Nope, not seeding out any. There's one seeding out, a taller one. But we'll just see how it goes. If not, we have some pastures, some cow pastures that we can still probably kill a few dove over. So now that I've addressed the dove field situation, I'm going to talk a little more about 1550 FPS. As of now, it's me that's making the videos, but when it comes around duck season here, I will have a videographer, and I will be hunting with some more people. The YouTube channel hasn't expanded much right now, so it's nothing big. That's why I haven't really went big. I haven't been posting much, but I'm about to get on the grind and share with y'all some of my hunts. What we do, I mean, anything. We plant deer food plots, dove food plots, duck food plots, building blinds, fishing, saltwater fishing. Next week, I'll bring a video out of us taking my new boat to Mexico Beach and going and catching some fish there. September, bow hunting. September early teal, September early goose. I mean, we're ready. My hunting group, we're pumped. We're just ready for some cold weather, honestly. But once November rolls around and duck season, I'll be posting a video every week. We take some trips to Arkansas. This year I'm wanting to take a trip to New York to shoot some sea ducks and divers up there, shoot some brant geese, maybe ride on up to Jersey or somewhere right in there, Atlantic City, shoot some geese. I know we'll take an Arkansas trip, like a guided rice field Arkansas trip. Me and my hunting group, we're planning on taking 2 flooded timber trips on some public land up there. We've already looked it up. We've got where we're gonna stay. So we're gonna bring that out to y'all, how to hunt flooded timber, public timber. I went last Monday and picked me up a new well-built 1548 in the Sitka pattern, and then I went yesterday and got a Yamaha 42-stroke 3-cylinder, and I got a 25 horsepower Mercury 2-cylinder 2-stroke, both electric start. So they're really nice motors, but they both run. I'm going to do a build on both of them probably. I don't know yet. It's just if I have the time to do it. But I'm going to keep doing some small videos here and there, some fishing videos. And when September rolls around, we'll have dove, teal, geese, deer. We'll be planning, and that's mainly it. But I was just doing a little update here on the channel. Thank y'all for all of you that have subscribed and liked. Now I'm gonna run down the road. I'll take y'all with me and show y'all the some of my deer places that I'm planning out this year, some kill holes, and also show y'all the swamp right down the road that I've got some ideas on doing, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do them yet. But I'll get back with y'all when I get down the road. This area here that I just showed y'all, it's a little grassy spot. Look, there's a baby deer right there. So it's a little grassy spot right here, and these pines also. It's just grass growing in them. And right there, we have set up a ground blind, and we had a feeder right here in this trail, right out here in front, about 25 yards. This past, it was September, yeah, September. And I managed to put my girlfriend on it never scored it, but I'm guessing 108 to 115 inch 9-pointer. It was her first ever deer, and it was with a crossbow. And to be that big of a buck, I mean, I was pretty surprised. But I worked for him. We watched him. I let her watch him. She'd get all pumped up when we'd get him on camera, but I finally got him timed just right. And we got out here one morning when the temp had dropped about 10 degrees lower than normal. And that little cold front, man, he just messed up. She got him just perfect. He ran right up here in the woods and back down, ran down to the swamp, and he was done there. But right on up this trail, this is where I shot this will be my 5th buck that I shot on opening day of bow season last year. He had lost all his velvet, but man, he was an awesome deer. I never scored him either. I'm not the best at scoring, I'm not gonna lie. But I had some other people tell me what they thought he scored, and of what I've seen, of what I think that he scored, I think he scored probably around 120 to 1. I ain't gonna give him that much. I'm gonna say maybe 118 to 130 at tops. Like that's really high. He didn't have much horn mass, but he was a super wide deer, had 11 points, and perfectly symmetrical. I mean, he was beautiful. I think it was a young deer, but he had just been eating all this buck muscle. He had a really, really small body, but his horns, they were big, but they didn't have much mass. But we're just ready to get back out here feeding some deer corn. It's mid-July right now, so we still got, I started feeding the end of July last year, and I think I wasted a bunch of money. I mean, it's good to know what you got out here, but I know what I got out here just seeing them with my eyes. So I don't think I'm going to start feeding until 2nd week of August, maybe 1st week. I'll probably start feeding 1st week of August. Corn and putting up cameras and just trying to get them down pat for opening day. But this is a really sweet property right here. It's about, I think, 43 acres, and it's mature hardwoods all the way back to the very back of the property. And then this little opening, and then there's some other small little openings on down towards the road. But we're just ready to get back. This here is where I shot my deer. Let's see, this is pine tree right here. You can still see one of my hooks up there. But I put a climber on this tree and shot my deer. He was standing right here. I mean, I'd say 10 yards, probably 10 yards from the base of the tree. And I actually had a time with him. His shot ran all the way up there and went through that barbed wire fence and went on to the property owner's his land over there. But luckily the property owner was nice enough to let me come over there, and we had to track him. I didn't get a good shot on him, or actually I got a pretty good shot on him, but man, he just ran. But he ran probably 600 yards back in there, and we ended up having to get a dog out here and all kinds of crazy stuff. But thankfully that property owner, he was nice enough to let us come over and run the dog on his property and eventually find that deer. But this is it. This is the kill hole right here. I love this property. There's so many different deer, so many different bucks on this property. There's just a variety. And I mean, this year my goal is to shoot one in velvet. I've never shot a buck in velvet, but maybe this year will be the year. I came out here about 2 weeks ago and put some corn out, some old corn that I still had from deer season. It had some mold on it. So I just threw it out, didn't put a camera on it, but the ground is all messed up right here from where they were eating and stuff. But also right here, I can see all this is smushed down. But right here, we got a beaver eating on some stuff. Sure, no, he didn't take that entire tree down. He's been walking right down through this trail right here, but he's been up here taking trees down, knocking trees in the kill hole. But oh well, he's making more duck habitat for us, so I ain't gonna complain about it. I'm gonna run down here to the swamp right quick, and I'll show y'all guys where we hunt and show y'all some stuff. Check out this deer trail. Nice deer trail going down through there. This is actually, I was set up in that tree and this buck came out. He came out from back there in the back, walked out here, ate, and I was nervous. I pulled back on him and he seen me. And he ran right down through here and ran down through here. When I was sitting in that tree, I could see his horns. He broke a gap right here and I could see his horns, and they were just massive. And he kept on running. That was about 8 a.m. And then I sat around, I was like, man, come on. So I sat around, and all of a sudden, I guess he walked back up here. It was about 9:45, and he popped out right here, right at the end of this deer trail. He popped out right there, and he popped out, and he looked back that way, and that's when I pulled back on him, and he walked on up, stopped, walked on up to the feeder that I had set right here, and that's when I let it go on him, and he took off going that way. I'm glad he didn't come down this way, because this is a very steep downhill right here that goes down to the swamp. This here is a little private swamp. Sometimes me and my friends will hunt here by this tree and put decoys out right here, but it's really deep. There's a creek right here, and a beaver has dammed it up down there, and that's what's holding this water. But this creek right here is about 12 foot deep, so it's hard to go get ducks, and you got to set your decoys real close to the bank right here. I mean, it's easy to just walk down here, throw the decoys out, and hunt, but we found a beaver dam that's... All right, guys, I was videoing there at the swamp, and I started talking about the beaver dam that goes across that creek. It's about a foot underwater, and we figured out that we can walk across the creek on it, and we can get over to some shallower water and hunt over there by them small little trees, which we use them kind of just as like a blind to kind of blend in a little bit. But the ducks, they feel more comfortable over there, I feel like, because that's where they actually feed. We shoot a good bit of ducks right there. I was starting to talk about some plans before my phone died to do with the swamp. We were going to plant rice, but it's just hard because we can't control the dam down there, because the dam is actually on someone else's property, and we can't let the creek water go out of it and plant rice and then flood it back up or nothing like that. So we were going to use rice because you can plant rice in kind of a shallower water and it'll go down to the bottom and it'll grow. But I've did some research, and it says that rice, it has to be so shallow that none of like the open water swamp over there that is shallow, none of it is actually shallow enough for rice to be able to take off and grow. So I think I'm just going to leave it just natural vegetation. I mean, there is plenty of wood ducks in there. You can go and sit any morning of duck season and at least see 20 to 30 wood ducks. I mean, easy. Every once in a while, we'll get a mallard, a single mallard, or sometimes a pair in there. A bunch of local geese that live in the swamp. They stay in the swamp, and sometimes we get some migrating geese in there. Last year we had a snow goose I had on a trail camera in there at night, but he got back, he got out, and I never actually seen him in person, but I got pictures of him. But we got some plans to, I had a job that I had to use some cow panels for, some like cattle wire, and we're gonna get out there here in the next week or two and build a duck blind out there in that shallow water. But we got some plans, some things we're gonna do before duck season, and I'll video those. But until then, we're just waiting on some cold weather, waiting on hunting seasons to open up. Right now it's just dry. There's nothing to do but fish. I think I'm gonna do a whole like series of videos of us going out different mornings and different stuff that we do in Florida while we're down there. Blue crabs, fishing, might do a little snorkeling, just gonna figure some stuff out, a little inshore, a good bit of offshore. I'm gonna be thinking of some new video ideas, some more content I can get out to y'all guys. Until then, y'all keep on fishing, hunting, like and subscribe for me, and hit that notification bell so y'all get the next time I upload a video. And thanks for watching.